Good day, everyone. Today, we will discuss about the nature of research. First, let us define what is research. So, research takes many forms. It is a process to discover new knowledge, to find answers to a question. The word research has two parts. From the prefix re, which means again, and search, which means find, it denotes that we are taking up an activity to look into an aspect once again, or we want to look for some new information about something. Just like for an example, if you are a sales representative, you want to know the features of your product and the price of your product. So all progress is born of inquiry. Doubt, often better than overconfidence, for it leads to inquiry and inquiry leads to invention. This is a famous Hudson maxim in context of which the significance of research can well be understood. According to Creswell 2008, research is a process of steps used to collect and analyze information in order to increase our understanding of a topic or issue. Now, what is business research? So, business research is a systematic inquiry that provides information to guide managerial decisions. In other words, it is a process of planning, acquiring, analyzing, and disseminating relevant data, information, and insights to decision makers in ways that mobilize the organization to take appropriate actions that in turn maximize performance. When you run a business, there are several things you can research on. You research everything from market shares to sales. Business research helps you make an intelligent and informed decisions and also identify the key areas to invest your money in. For example, an automobile company plans to unveil the latest car model in the market. For that, they need to develop strategies to explore and monitor customer demand. So, the company will conduct research to collect information and analyze market trends. This will help them draw better conclusions and come up with a fine quality car at the right price, resulting in a larger market share. Nature of business research. So there are six nature of business research. First on the list we have business research helps you communicate with current and potential customers in a better way. So this is by understanding your customers' buying patterns, preferences, and etc. Second on the list, it helps you identify opportunities and threats in the marketplace. So you can able to identify what are the demand and the supply of the market so you can stay ahead in the competition. Third, it also helps you minimize risk. Next, business research is used to plan investments and financial outcomes effectively. It also helps you build a better market position. And lastly, it can keep you updated with current trends and innovations in the market. Scope of business research. First, we have production management. So in here, the product development, diversification, introducing a new product, product improvement, process technologies, choosing a site, new investment, and etc. are some of the other areas that are research. Second, personnel management. So in here, research may cover for job redesign, organization restructuring, development of motivational strategies, and organizational development. Marketing management. Research may focus on the important part in choice and size of target market, the consumer behavior with regards to attitudes, lifestyles, and influences of the target market, and etc. Financial management. Research can be useful for portfolio management, distribution of dividend, capital raising, hedging, and looking after fluctuations in foreign currency and product cycles. General management. Research may cover the standards, objectives, long-term goals, and growth strategies. So, let's talk about the types of research. We have here basic research. So, basic research is also known as pure or fundamental research. This research is mainly conducted to increase knowledge. It is driven purely by interest and a desire to expand our knowledge. So research can be classified into various categories depending on the perspective under which the research activity is initiated and conducted. As the term suggests, a research activity taken up to look into some aspects of a problem or an issue for the first time is termed as basic or pure. It involves developing and testing theories and hypotheses that are intellectually challenging to the researcher but may have practical application at the present time or in the future. An example is that conducting basic research on cheating behavior may design a study examining whether students from illiterate families cheat more often than students from literate families. The research is not done to reduce cheating or help people who cheat or any other applied aspect, but to increase the understanding of cheating behavior. Applied research is mainly related with solving practical problems rather than focusing on knowledge expansion. It also mainly used to find solutions to problems which occur on a daily basis and develop a new innovative technologies. So the main aim of applied research is to provide better technologies for humans to enhance their standard of living. For instance, investigating which treatment approach is the most effective for treating cancer patients, whereas researching which strategies work best to motivate workers. Next, we have quantitative research. It's generally related with the positivist concept. It usually involves collecting and converting data into numerical form so that statistical calculations can be made and conclusions drawn. So it is applicable to phenomena that can be expressed in terms of quantity. An example, studying the number of inquiries received for room bookings through different modes like internet, emails, calls, letters, or different sources like travel and tours, companies and government organizations, and others. Next, qualitative research. It is about recording, analyzing, and attempting to reveal the in-depth meaning and significance of human behavior and experience, including conflicting beliefs, behaviors, and emotions. So this method tries to answer why and how of decision making rather than what and when. Data is collected in textual form on the basis of observation and communication with the participants. For instance, studying the stress levels and reasons for variable performances of staff in different shifts in the same department of a hotel, the same individuals may perform differently with the change of shift timings. It can involve performing research about changing preferences of customers as per the change of season. Descriptive research is used to describe characteristics of an observable fact being studied. Descriptive studies are structured in such a way that it cannot be changed frequently, so it can be said that they are rigid in nature. It is answered questions such as who, when, where, what, and how. The purpose of descriptive research is to observe, describe, and document. Example, explaining the details of budget allocation, changes to departmental heads in a meeting to assure clarity and understanding for reasons to bring in a change. Second, exploratory research is carried out for a problem that has not been clearly defined. The main aim of this research is to gather initial information which helps to define problems and recommend hypotheses. So this can mainly be conducted when researchers lack clear idea of the problem. For instance, a fast food outlet owner feels increasing the variety of snacks will enable increase in sales. However, he is not sure and needs more information. Thus, the owner starts studying local competition, talks to the existing customers, friends, and others to find out what are their views about the current menu and what else do they wish to add in the menu, and also assess whether he would be able to generate higher revenues. We have historical research. It is defined as the type of research that examines the past events or combinations of events to arrive at an account of what has happened in the past. So this involves the process of collecting and reading the research material collected and writing document from the data collected. Experimental research. It is commonly used in sciences such as sociology and psychology, physics, chemistry, biology, medicine, and others. So this is a collection of research design which use manipulation and controlled testing to understand fundamental processes. Usually, one or more variables are manipulated to establish their effect on a dependent variable. It is important to society as it helps us improve our daily lives. Let us talk about the two main types of methods to carry out business research. So we have quantitative research and qualitative research. First, let us discuss quantitative research. So this is a method of analyzing the largest group that meets your target goals. It uses mathematical techniques and data to explain the important stats about your business and market. So usually, this data uses multiple choice questionnaires that can help you be profitable with your sales. Next, qualitative research. This business research focuses on attitudes, intentions, and beliefs. Qualitative research includes questions such as why or how. So the aim of this research is to gain insights into customers' distinct behaviors and response to a new product. You can collect data using common methods such as case studies, focus groups, and also interviews. So why research is of value? So how can educators, also the parents and students, obtain the information they need? So many ways of obtaining information, of course, exist. One can consult the experts, review books and articles, question or observe colleagues with relevant experience. You can also examine your own past experience or even rely on intuition. All these approaches suggest possible ways to proceed, but the answer they provide are not always reliable. Experts may be mistaken. Source documents may contain no insights or value. Colleagues may have no experience in the matter, and your own experience or intuition may be irrelevant or misunderstood. This is why a knowledge of scientific research methodology can be of value. It provides us with another way of obtaining information that is accurate and reliable as we can get. Let's talk about the ways of knowing. So in the first bullet, we have sensory experience. So we have five senses. We have sense of sight, sense of smell, sense of taste, a sense of hearing, and sense of touch. So the information we take in from the world through our senses is the most immediate way we have of knowing something, using sensory experience as a means of obtaining information. An example is that the director of the gifted student program might visit an advanced placement English class to see and hear what happens during a week or two of the semester. Many experiments in sensory perception have revealed that we are not always wise to trust our senses too completely. Our sense can and often do deceive us. For example, the chicken we thought we tasted turns out to be a rabbit. To obtain reliable knowledge, therefore, we cannot rely on our senses alone, but must check what we think we know with other sources. Next bullet, we have agreement with others. One such source is the opinion of the others. There is a great advantage to checking with others about whether they see or hear what we do. It can help us discard what is untrue and manage our lives more intelligently by focusing on what is true. For instance, a biology teacher might check with her other colleagues to see if they find discussions more effective than lectures in motivating their students to learn. Next bullet, we have expert opinion. We should consult the experts who know a great deal about what we are interested in finding out. It depends on the credentials of the experts and the nature of the questions about which they are being consulted. Next, we have logic. We know things logically. Our intellect, our capability to reason things out, allows us to use sensory data to develop a new kind of knowledge. And lastly, we have the scientific method. So when we talk about scientific method, it focuses on the word science. So when we imagine the word science, um, we can imagine laboratories, wearing white coats, and etc. So the scientific method, this involves testing ideas in the public arena. Almost all of us humans are capable of making connections, of seeing relationships and associations among the sensory information we experience. Most of us identify these connections as facts, items of knowledge about the world in which we live. For instance, why students are less attentive in class when we lecture than when we engage them in this discussion. A physician may have a guess which may relate to their sleeping routine or pattern, but these are only guesses, or the scientists called it as hypothesis. So again, it is important to have some test or research, but also this test or this research conducted must be in public arena or must be done publicly. Now let's proceed to the brief overview of our research process. So all researchers engage in a number of similar activities. So as you can see in the screen in figure 1.4, so it presents a schematic of the research components. So the solid line arrows in the figure, it indicates the sequence in which the components are usually presented and described in the research proposals and reports. They also indicate a useful sequence for planning a study, from having the research problem up to data analysis. The broken line arrows also indicate the most likely departures from this sequence. For instance, consideration of instrumentation sometimes result in changes in the sample. Clarifying the question may suggest which type of design is most appropriate. The nonlinear pattern, in the other hand, is intended to point out that in the practice, the process does not necessarily follow a precise sequence. So this is the overview of what is the research process all about. So in the figure, again, you need to have first or start with the research problem, have your hypothesis or question, its definitions, its RRL or review of related literature, sample, instrumentation, the procedures and the design. Lastly, we have the data analysis. So that would be all for my discussion today, all about the nature of research. Hopefully you'll learn something. Thank you. Have a good day.